New tour dates, April 26th in Phoenix, Arizona. This is a new show that we're going to be doing. May 11th in Westburg, New York, just outside of New York. July 2nd, Las Vegas, Nevada. You can get your tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. Got some new merch that just dropped, Hello Kitty merch. Pick it up at your local Theo Von store or go to theovon.com/MERCH. Today's guest, he's known for his spectacular mustache. The guy flies around, he's all over Canada. He's a pretty popular one, all over the world. So when you see him, he just tingles your intestines, man. He gets your fingers flowing, man. He really does. And like, you see him with a different perspective every day, because sometimes you catch him in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's even a real place. Today's guest, Corey Nilsson. All right. I think a good way to start off this podcast, I think you living in Canada, I mean, what's more known in Canada than the Beavers, Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the Beavers, because I had an incident back in 2018 where Beaver was just flown around my house and didn't want to see him, and we turned him into a piece of fur. And I know that's a lot of stuff that you guys do down in Canada with the fur trade and all that, so let's hear a little bit about it.
Alrighty, well, for the fur traders, pretty much. We have a bunch of people running around because they need some moolah, some cash, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They need some cash, they kill these
Moolah.
beavers for their fur so they can make pretty sick hats, clothes if you really felt like that. It opened up so many, new things, jobs and, just a whole bunch of new jobs and a whole new thing of Northwest companies and all that.
How much you get paid down there when you're killing, you're applying for a job to kill beavers? How much you getting paid down there?
How much you getting paid? You didn't really you got paid for housing. That was pretty much it. They gave you free housing.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no. That's something that's always been interesting to me, because when I go to the store, I'm not looking for beaver fur or nothing, man. Back in the day, they used to make hats and stuff out of beaver.
Yeah,
I had a few hats that.
My neighbor actually has that sick hat. It's a little beaver.
That big giant one,
and
yeah.
A little bit of the tail on the back.
Yeah, no.
I put it on. I felt real keen to shoot with an arm.
No, I've seen a few of those back in the days. You call those little Lale Pignon.
Little Lale
Pignon.
Yeah, I just felt real nice wearing it.
Alrighty. No, yeah, that's always been interesting for me. So, you know what? When I think about Canada, I'm thinking about what goes on in Canada, what's going on, what you eating, what you tasting. First thing I'm doing, maple syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Maple syrup. It's right on your flag, man.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah. What about it?
The one time I went to Niagara Falls, I bought 2 real things of maple syrup.
Yeah.
Best maple syrup I've ever had.
Really?
It's so good. It's just next level.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're feeding these trees up here.
Yeah.
But we should start doing that all over the world because they're just real nice. It's it comes out, the tree just squirts it out and it's just straight into my mouth right from there.
That's crazy. Because I feel like you know a little bit about Canadians now, living there for a bit.
Yeah, just a
They
little
put
bit.
it on everything?
Some people do, some of the weird ones, but sadly they don't. Every single Canadian just puts on everything. They don't just have these weird accents too. It's just
That's like the Louisiana and the Cajun.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right. No, that's always been a good topic for me. I mean, back in the day, we never used to have maple syrup in USA, because we just don't produce stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's good.
And we had Aunt Jemima as a maple syrup, and then you know what happened? They snipped her away.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what is going on with Aunt Jemima, man? Because bro, every single time I'd go shopping, man, I'd always look for the Aunt Jemima bottle.
She looked cool on it.
Yeah.
She had a little face on it and all that.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
very fun.
no, that's pretty good. And then, I think one topic that we can get pretty serious about right now is probably like I think the First World Wars, because of I mean that's a big history, I guess, in the United States and stuff. We know a lot about the World Wars and stuff, and about people going at it. I never hear nothing about the Canadians. What they do? Do they even have military down there? What's
They
going
did.
on?
They actually fought in the Battle of Normandy in the World War II. They were pretty special in the wars. They kind of helped the Allies win against everyone, which no one really thinks that Canada will even have any part of it at all. It's just like, because Canada's a little small little place up here. Everyone just thinks the U.S. is the best thing ever to win everything. But it turns out Canada was actually a big factor in it, and they actually did a pretty important job in the wars to finally seal that victory.
Yeah, no, I know. We had this one guy in my class. His name was Freddie, back in 5th grade, and I mean he was Canadian. He was the only Canadian we've ever had in Louisiana.
Really?
We were down there, and one day he came into class straight from Canada, man. We had this guy named Billy Bob in our class, and he was straight American, man. And I know he was probably the toughest guy in the school at the time until this Canadian came in, and he just started fighting them like crazy. And I've never seen somebody with that much strength, and they came from Canada, man.
Another war that we probably agree on is the War of 1812 is where America and Canadians, and obviously because I'm American, I'm gonna say America won that war, but
Yeah, man.
most Canadians stay out of the way, but it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what to believe in that, man. They got so much going on with that war and stuff. It's miraculous to think, yeah, I'll be honest, man. What did the Americans want it, man? That's what I'm trying to get across. So we'll just leave it at that, I guess. I think another topic we can get really serious about is residential schools.
Yeah.
I think when I think about Canada, I think about the residential schools and the Orange Shirt Day and all that stuff, because I think down here in the States we don't really get taught about all this.
No,
stuff.
down in the States they kind of get swept underneath the rug and no one really wants to talk about them.
No, yeah. Just run me through it a little bit. What
So,
all went down?
The residential schools were ran by the French Catholics and stuff, and all those white people.
Oh, yep.
Per se, to get the Indian or indigenous, depends on how.
Yeah.
Indigenous out of the indigenous person.
Damn, man.
They wanted to swipe away the whole culture because they wanted them to become white cultured and follow their beliefs and religion, all that, and speak their language. So they started trying to take away their language. They took away their religion. They took away all their beliefs to swipe away the whole culture.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We had an incident like that happen back in 2nd grade, actually.
Really?
Yeah. There was this one guy, and he had his certain beliefs and stuff, and he wiped out pretty much the whole school, pretty much, because it was just he was nuts, man. I'm not even gonna bring it up, but he was nuts. Just remember that.
Yeah, we'll remember that. Don't worry.
And then I guess also turning back into residential schools. Did America even have those?
Yeah, we don't get taught about that because in America we just sweep them underneath the rug. But apparently, through one of my buddies, Zane Price, actually told me this. He said that people from Canada, the government, went down to America to check out their residential schools, see how the Canadians should be up in here.
Oh, the Canadians, man. You gotta say that with some super broad accent, man.
I don't have that. I don't have any accents. I don't know how to do one.
Yeah, no, thought you'd have one by this time.
I would assume by the third year I would have one, but maybe another time if I ever live here.
Yeah, because, when you go to Canada for the first time, it's kind of like going into a new culture, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you go down there and everybody's speaking gibberish almost because they got all these different slang words and stuff, and they think they're just stuff because their accent and stuff, saying they got their one word A that they say all the time.
Oh, yeah, don't you know? Oh, yeah, don't you know is also a big one up here.
Yeah, don't you know?
I feel that's just a big word saying, oh, F you, buddy.
Yeah, do you ever...
they're saying that in their head, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, do you ever, just go to the States, man? because all your buddies, I guess, expect you to, like, since you've been living in Canada, you're
They
kind of like
expect me to say like A all the time.
yeah, like, do you ever just go out there and pretend you're a little bit Canadian?
Yeah, when I go home, the Canadian in me really comes out. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm saying A every time, but like when you're supposed to, I say it. It just comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of just adapt to it when
Yeah,
you're
I
down
adapt
there.
to it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, no. Because I live some of my life in South Africa, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and you learn some good language down there. They got some good food. They got some good language. It mixes with the tonsils, because when you come back to Louisiana, some of the words are harder to pronounce.
Like, say one word that's a little hard to pronounce.
I guess, like, if you're first coming back, Cajun, bro. Like, your mouth just doesn't move with the word Cajun.
Yep.
It's kind of like Wasian.
Wasian? Yeah, I would give you that. That's Wasian's actually another word.
Is there?
It's called, pronounced with white Asian.
Oh,
Wasian.
yeah, white Asian. Yeah, no,
Sam Takahashi would actually be Wasian.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about him. Yeah, he had a few TV series he was in, so.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, no, I seen. Yeah, we start labeling them all these different things now, but alrighty. Yeah, no, that's good. So I think one thing that we can all agree on is women's rights.
Yes. Women's need rights.
Is that your opinion?
My opinion is that they need rights. Like, the right to vote, that was a very important thing that they got.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they got that. That was very important.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some women how they're voting these days, and I'm not too sure about that. But you know what? I guess it goes in both factors, both ways. So
That's true.
So
like
when did this all come into play?
This all came into place when like the human rights charters came out. Like all these rights. And like they took away abortion for females, like it would be illegal.
Oh, damn.
But this one doctor who was doing abortion secretly fought the government to get it reversed.
Yeah.
And it did, and now they haven't done anything by it. And Justin Trudeau is like the prime minister or something. It's like the American
Justin
president.
Trudeau. Let me tell you about him,
Oh
man.
wow, here we go.
Oh my. I heard some things that this guy's done back in Canada, and just not good reviews from all the Canadians I've talked to. But I mean,
Really?
you tell me what's going on with him. Who is
this
guy?
I really don't know who it is, other than he's a prime minister. I've heard pretty much every Canadian I've ever talked to hates him.
Yeah, no, that's what I hear. And like also another thing is like us down in the States, we didn't even know he's prime minister, man.
I didn't even know I was a prime minister until I came here.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's kind of like the guy that's hidden under the rug. But then you hear some dumb thing come from him every once in a while, but you don't even know which power he's in right now.
But you know what? It's not as bad as the presidents we've had. We have had some bad ones.
Oh, I know, man. I'm not really the one to say much about presidents, but damn, man.
Yep.
Just leave it at that.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. So, you know what? I think we all know how America became America.
Yep.
13 colonies,
Yep.
all this kind of stuff and that.
Oh yeah.
Where did Canada come from? Because I feel like they just kind of came out of the dust. Like they weren't a thing all the time. We had, the first peoples up there and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden Canada was formed. So what made Canada?
It all came from people from the Brits. They wanted to come over to Canada to start out this whole new thing, to see what this all land was about and get into a whole new country. So they sent people over the first time. They got Quebec and Ontario going, Newfoundland, and then they wanted to keep exploring, so they kept on going. But while they're doing that, America is coming up to try to take over the land. So fast forward a few years, a lot of years actually.
Yeah.
They had to build this whole railroad, like the Continental Railroad or something like that.
Yeah.
To connect all of Canada, so America couldn't take over BC, which is British Columbia.
Yeah.
Because that's what America wanted to take over all of North America.
Yeah.
But Canada was like, nope, not doing that today. So they started building a railroad to connect all of it, so to make it easier transportation. Get people out there, start living, working.
Yeah.
Which also leads into internment camps, because during the Second World War, they had internment camps for the Japanese.
Yeah.
And all these people.
Yeah.
So then they started making people in those internment camps started working for in the national parks like Banff. They started making the Banff as a national park.
Alrighty.
Which is, not good, because you shouldn't just put people in prison pretty much for no reason.
Yeah.
Just on the basis of their look, it's not right.
No, yeah. That's funny that you say that, because I know back in recess, back in the days, man, we used to have this thing where, it would be snowy day, you guys would all build forts around the recess, around the playground and stuff. and then, you know, there'd be like 12 different camps of different fortresses, because, you know, it only snows like once every like 10 years, so anytime you get snow, it's pretty good. So, you know, we would have that, and then you'd be like, everybody was separate, but then there's this one giant fort, so, you know, you had to go out there and you had to team up with another fort. And that's kind of like what Canada did to come against the Americans. They kind of teamed up, and then we teamed up, and then same with the internment camps, man. Like, we'd capture guys from the other fortresses, send them down, steal their snowballs. We'd have triple the amount of snowballs because we were teamed up with 4 fortresses.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess it all comes and regulates down to the same thing.
Oh, yeah, it's about the same, yeah.
Yeah. So, let's move on to, like, something about sports, man. Like, we got football down in America. We got all those, man. We got whatever, man. We got soccer, you know. What does Canada have, man? Because when I think of Canada, I think of hockey.
Yeah, they have hockey, obviously.
Snow hockey.
They have lacrosse is actually a national sport, but most Canadians.
Lacrosse.
Yeah, most Canadians.
What
don't
is
even know
that? What is lacrosse?
Lacrosse is pretty much soccer, football, hockey, all in the one. You have a nice little thing. It's a little racket that you just like.
Who came up with this? Coming down, put 3 sports together and call it a sport.
Some weirdo. You running on grass with these little nets, and these goalies are just out there getting hit by cement balls. Pretty much, it's not.
Oh man.
It's fun, but not fun. You got hockey, obviously, but you have the CFL, which is football.
Yeah.
You got the Toronto Raptors, which is in Toronto, but most Canadians say Toronto is just like not a part of Canada.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because they're a part of all the American sports and all that stuff. Why is that? Why? That's what I've been kind of wondering, man. Well, why does Canada involve themselves in like our big sports down here?
I think it's because they want to grow Canada, get more people out there, get money to the province and like city that's there. So just grows Canada in a whole. Because when you hear of NHL or NFL, you think of, or NHL or NBA, you think of any place in the States, but it's a big part up in here, and it really grows Canada as a whole.
That's true. I mean, yeah, no, that's true. I guess one thing, you know, we're talking about hockey and we're talking about the cold weather and stuff and all that. I think the number one thing that us Americans think about you guys is, or the biggest mystery about you guys is living in igloos. Did you ever live in an igloo when you were down in Canada?
No, I've never lived in an igloo, but it does seem pretty cool. Like, I've seen the Outdoor Boys.
Oh yeah, I used to watch them.
Yeah.
Outdoor Boys going down in Alaska.
Yeah, I see him live up in an igloo, and it seems fun, but...
Oh man, I love them.
No, we don't live in igloos up here, but maybe if you go more north, you might find a few.
Yeah. What's more north, man? Because I feel like if you're moving out north, bro, you got something crazy going on with you.
I know.
Why would you, like, how cold does it get up north?
Up north, it's at least minus 50, 60 Fahrenheit in Celsius.
Celsius. All right.
Like, not even a fun place to live.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man.
Which people only got started moving out there because back to the indigenous people, like, the government moved them out there so they get more Europeans into, like, the city areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I know there's this one thing, like, we in America, we moved everybody up north that was, you know, a little bit out of the ordinary, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I know what
We'd
you
move
mean,
them all up north, so I think that's kind of the same thing that they did with Canada, bro. Like, back in the day, I think, you know, like, how it all became, man, you just send people up north, make them freeze to death, and then you don't got to worry about them living down low.
Yeah, they didn't give them any supplies either.
Really?
Yeah, but back to, like, residential schools with that.
Yeah.
They, after residential schools, they had to build reserves for them, like reservations.
Yeah.
For them to live, they can hunt, pretty much fish, and do whatever they want any time of the year on those places.
Really?
Yeah.
They got all the privileges. I know we got some people with those. They got, like, I don't even know. They got some sort of card or something. They just use it and get everything and all that stuff. So, I mean, I guess that's pretty neat. And like, those people, man, like, you know, you just get, say you're just hunting whatever, man, you get freaking hit by a gun.
Oh, hit by a gun. You get hit by, someone throw a gun at you?
You got shot in the leg.
Oh, shot in the leg.
Say you get shot in the leg, man, and you're down screaming for help, bro. So, but let's say you got $0. I hear you guys got free healthcare.
You do, yeah, I don't have free healthcare, but Canadians up here
The
got free healthcare.
Canadians,
I got pay insurance, but
Really? Even though you live in Canada?
yeah, I got pay insurance. But
That's
they get free healthcare. Like they pretty much pay healthcare through taxes.
Okay, so it's not exactly free. It's
Not
like,
exactly free, but yet again, you go to the place and you don't gotta pay like $1,000 for an X-ray or $1,000 for a doctor's checkup. So
wow.
it's pretty nice.
That's crazy. But the one problem for me with that kind of stuff is like, I feel like everybody, they're getting hurt, man. They get a little like sliver or something, they're going to the hospital because it's free. They can go whenever they want. So I feel like the hospitals would just be packed with a bunch of nonsense, And then there's one guy dying over here, and then one guy with a sliver over here. That guy's getting his sliver checked out. This guy dies over here. So I feel like that'd be the only downfall of free healthcare.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like it. Yeah.
I mean, we don't got it. I mean, we're paying thousands of dollars every time we go there. Which an ambulance is $10 million. Yeah, so we just kind of stay away from that stuff. But whatever works, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you were mentioning something about the railroad all across Canada.
Yep.
Attaching one side to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that. Why'd they want to do this?
So they want to do it to completely control all of Canada. They didn't want America coming up being like, I'm stealing this from you because I don't want you to have it. They wanted to see what was all out there because, there could have been gold, there could be all these resources that are out there, and they wanted places for new people to go live too, like jobs and like fully connect, and like a military. They want to be able to transport the military from back and forth if they needed to. That would be a big part, which ended up being a good thing because they got the mountains now. You can go skiing over there.
That's true.
Banff and all that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, in California they had the gold rush, so that was pretty much up in BC too.
Yeah. Something about Canada, man, it's like, like that one province only, like you hear about BC, British Columbia, you got the mountains and all the good stuff, man, but what's the rest of Canada? I've never heard nothing about them. One's on the East Coast.
Okay, so you got Canada, you got Alberta. You get oil from Alberta. It's gosh, they don't got
oil.
They don't got to pay taxes there because they got oil from there, so pays for everything.
Fair
then
enough.
You got Saskatchewan. Yeah, you got one.
Yep.
Then you got right after that the Manitoba. You got Manitoba. That's where I live, Manitoba.
Yeah. What's that one? Where's that one out of?
Where's that out of? It's like right above North Dakota.
Alright, so
it's pretty much just straight farmland and freezing coldness.
Yeah, I think so if it's coming from North Dakota.
Yeah, it's prairies, pretty much prairies.
Yeah.
After that, you got Ontario, then Quebec.
Yep.
And then you got territories.
Yeah. And all those ones on the eastern coast, man. Those guys you probably just don't even worry about.
Yeah.
You don't hear nothing from them. They're kind of their own thing down there, and you just go from that. So, no, that's definitely good for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, no, I think that covers a lot about Canada.
I think it does too.
So.
I don't think there's anything else we can talk about. I think that covers the majority of what Canada's all about and how it went from place to now it is today.
Yeah. I know where you're coming from. Alrighty.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take a little.
A Verbo is